Yes, the Premier League is on the break. And as we all know, a lot of players have traveled to their various countries to play for their country. We hope all of them are going to return without having an injury scare. That is the prayers we have for them and pray. All of them are going to have Johnny Messi's also. Talking about Johnny Messi's, on this edition of Offside brought to you by Arsenal Fans Beat, we're going to be looking at two key issues because we still need to talk about football, whether the Premier League is on or not. Yes, one is the World Cup qualifier that is taking place across the globe. And Nigerian Super Eagles are walking on a tightrope. And there is a possibility that South Africa may have provided them with a lifeline. And also, Premier League, is it Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame? Now, coming to these two questions that I've brought before you, it is important for you to listen, watch, and also go to the comment section and let us know what you think about these two key factors that we're talking about. One, the English Premier League is something that is regarded as the most promising, most entertaining, most viable league globally, most competitive as well. But somehow, when they brought the issue of the Hall of Fame, when they started appreciating and recognizing players that have contributed to the beautiful game, yes, a lot of players grace the occasion, grace the Hall of Fame, and it is something that is a thing of pride for players, especially when you play the beautiful game and you have your name etched on the Hall of Fame. Now, players like Thierry Henry, Ian Wright, Patrick Vieira, David Beckham, Didier Drogba, Gary Neville, they've all had their name, Rio Ferdinand, they've had their name etched on the Hall of Fame. But now, the question is, how do you omit a player like Ryan Giggs, a player that provided 162, or rather over 162 assists and won the Premier League title 13 times? It is truly a hall of shame. Because I don't understand the criteria, the yardstick at which they select these players. From Grapevine, we understand that one of the things that would have made the FA to omit his name from the Hall of Fame is because of the reported incident of he having an illicit affair with his brother's wife, and also the reported issue of assault charge against him when he was still the coach of Wales and he had to resign his position from being the coach of Wales in order to attend to court procedures. And at the end of the day, he was discharged and acquitted. But I don't think that those are criteria for choosing who is going to be on the Hall of Fame. The main criteria is how much you are able to bring panache, beauty, elegance to the beautiful game that people cannot forget. We cannot forget the beautiful football of Ryan Giggs playing as a young kid for United until even age. And even when his contemporaries were retiring, he was still carrying United on his shoulders. Anyways, it is not for me to adjudge. It is for you to go to the comment section and let us know what your comments are all about and your view are all about what the English FA have done to Ryan Giggs. Now, coming to the lifeline provided to Nigeria by South Africa. South Africa, Nigeria, Lesotho, Rwanda, Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, all of them are in Group C. And South Africa are having the edge on Group C as they are topping the group, while Nigeria is languishing in fourth position. If Nigeria have to qualify for the World Cup in 2026, they need to win the remainder of their two matches. And now, come to think of it, by the time this video will be out, I'm sure that Nigeria would have gone, or rather would have played the make or man match against South Africa. And now, that is not even the key issue. The key issue is that going into that battle, South Africa will have one thing at the back of their mind, the possibility of they being sanctioned and dropping points. So it's going to be a make or match between they and Nigeria. South Africa's fault in this matter is that they have fielded a player that is ineligible to play in a match they played recently against Lesotho. Talking about Turbo Mokena. Turbo Mokena had acquired, or rather accumulated 2 yellow cards, and they played in that match against Lesotho for 82 minutes, which means if you follow the FIFA disciplinary conduct for feeding in an eligible player, it means that they're going to be sanctioned and points will be deducted. Sanctioned and points deducted, it means they're going to lose their vintage position as the top leaders of the Group C World Cup qualifiers. Anyways, it is what it is. Let us see what FIFA and CAF are going to come up with. Yes, that is what we're looking at, because what we're also looking at, having in mind, is this club that I'm putting on their jersey. Remember, 115 count charges. They're still dilly-dallying with it. Nobody has come to fruition with that decision making to say this is what it's going to be. It is what it is. So anyway, if you're going to be looking at it from that perspective, Nigeria also is a superpower in the world of football. I'm sure they're going to be putting their acts together to ensure that FIFA do what is expected of them. But this is going to take some process. They're going to look at the pros and cons of what it entails in the sanction, in the default of South Africa in fielding Teboho Mokoena, who had acquired 2 yellow cards before playing against Lesotho. Anyways, this is what it is. We want you to go to the comment section and let us know what your comments, your views are with regards to these two key things. Do you think that the English FA are right in omitting the name of Ryan Giggs, a legendary player that played for United? And do you also think it is right for FIFA to sanction South Africa for fielding Teboho Mokoena, who had accumulated 2 yellow cards before playing against Lesotho? Anyway, the rules of the game is the rule of the game, so we cannot change it. So let's hope at the end of the day that justice will prevail, and hope that Nigeria also will not only lean on this default from South Africa that has given them a lifeline, but they need to go ahead and win their 2 remaining matches. This has been on this edition of Offside, brought to you by Arsenal Fans Speak. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. So I'll come your way again.